Hello there. This is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. These are the three Filled with Joy November 2024 paper pumpkin kit alternatives that we will be making. The card you saw over on the left that is going to be our first card right here, I could not get a good picture of that, so we're going to wing it. Those are the four stockings that we made on Wednesday's video, and I went through the kit in a lot more depth there, so be sure to take a look at that and pick up the Mary Tags and More dies. We're going to be using all three of those dies in our alternatives today, and we're going to be starting out with that little fern color there in Shaded Spruce, or that fern die cut. So I have a basic white thick cardstock, A2 top folding card base, and then I cut another piece of regular basic white cardstock down and emboss that through the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. And now I'm going to pop it onto the top of our card with liquid adhesive. Now remember, all the designs and not designs, but measurements, everything like that will be over on the blog at cindykoots.com or cindybdesigns.com. Direct link will be underneath this YouTube description. So what I've done with that Mary die is I've already die cut it out twice from Shaded Spruce cardstock, and then use liquid adhesive to stack it atop of each other because I'm going to stack the die cuts. And I brought in Snowy. The only two things I brought in from outside were a couple of embellishments, the Snowy Wonder die cuts for that snowflake there, and pretty much a cardstock. You know how I always really try to keep things, my alternatives as close to the kit as possible without bringing in too many outside things. But this kit is so dead on to its, well, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, like a mission, what you want to do. So I kind of had to stretch it a little bit here, but it really worked out. So I'm dabbing on little teeny tiny glue dots on top of our stacked Mary dies, and then I'm going to place the third one on top of that just to give it a lot of dimension. A lot of people will use our adhesive sticky sheets. I don't, because I need the wiggle room with something like this to make sure everything gets lined up properly, because I do like and need that wiggle room. So I got that adhered on top. Now the beauty about this card and the sketch and the layout, what I've done, you can make this any color you want. I just did the Shaded Spruce because it's more of a Christmas color, and think red, even some kind of blue, purple. I mean, whatever you want. I think that this turned out really good, and it's a very simple card to create. And I'm glad that I cut out that second die cut, because my original plan was to only put one down and then the snowflakes. So I'm glad I got that done. On the back, I only put down three mini black Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that fern, and it will hold it down just fine. I did the same thing with the snowflakes as well too, as you can see over there to the right. And then eventually I grabbed some of our faceted gems and then popped them in the middle. So we have our image panel, the embossed one, adhered down with liquid adhesive. The Mary adhered down with liquid adhesive, and that's why I stacked it. And then our ferns and our snowflakes, they are put down with black mini stamped dimensionals as well. I thought the black would look better underneath the Shaded Spruce as opposed to the white. And when you turn it to the side, it really does work out, and it looks great. So, this is a really simple card to make. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing with my personal designs yet. Hopefully that'll come up soon, because I like to have everything mailed out by December 5th, to get off my desk and out of the way. So right now I'm just arranging the snowflakes on our card, and then that is our first alternative, and we are going to be done. So I'm just figuring out exactly where I want that Merry sentiment placed down. You know, on the inside, you can stamp something like Christmas, but again, go back to all the color choices that you have here. You can really mix it up too and throw in a bunch of different colors. And my thing with this is it was easy to do. I wanted to bring in all those die cuts that are in the Marion Tags More kit, or die cuts that coordinate with, October, November, and December. So for this card, not card, I'm going to turn it into like an alternative tag to pop on top of one of our stockings. So I have a piece of Pool Party cardstock there, and I'm going to ink up those three ornaments, one stamp, pop that down in the middle. That cardstock is cut to, I think, 3 1/4 to 4 1/4, and eventually die cut it out. My Night of Navy pad is kind of dry, so I had to, put it down a couple times so I'd get that solid color that I want. And instead of moving the stamp, I'm moving the cardstock inside the Stamparatus. And you can do the same thing with a Misty if you have one. I'm just hanging on to this tool for a lot of reasons why I explained earlier. And I'm going to get them all lined up all the way across there, and then take our tag die cut and then cut that out. So while I'm messing with that piece of Pool Party cardstock, laying down our image with Night of Navy ink, and as I said earlier, I'm going to cut it out with the die cut in the Mary Tags and More die, the tag die. And as I get the sentiment stamped on and everything like that, I really wish I had pulled some like blue snowflakes or something like that from the stamp set, the little stars, and stamp them off a couple times and put that in between the sentiment that I'm going to lay down at the bottom of Merry Christmas and Poppy Parade ink. And right now I'm just getting that ready to cut out. But just something to fill up that bottom a little bit more. And you're going to see me do that with some stark white cardstock with our next card. So I'm bringing in the mini Stampin' Cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to cut that out real quick. But once a month I do my paper pumpkin giveaway when I do the alternative cards, and this is the video. So in order to get your own paper pumpkin kit this month, I'll do a drawing, beginning December 1st, and then get a hold of you. Leave a comment underneath this YouTube video and just let me know what you think, what you want to see in the future. Maybe share with me some of your alternative projects. I mean, just, keep it fun and everything. I'm trying to line up that ornament there, and I realize, okay, I better stamp on, the little, oh, what's that called? Like the line of ornaments or whatever that you do with the stamp that I showed you in, well, in Wednesday's video, how I forgot to do that one time and then just kept on stamping and figured it out. So this is where I lay down the Merry Christmas die, or I'm sorry, stamp from the paper pumpkin kit, and that's going to be laid down in Poppy Parade ink. But back to my giveaway. If you want to share the video, I'd love it if you did that. That would be great. And again, let me know what you want to see. I'm still trying to figure out the live thing. No, actually, I do have it figured out. It's just I'm having timing issues right now for some reason. Not timing issues, but a lack of time. And I have no idea where that comes from, but that's just, maybe it's the holidays, I'm not sure. So this is where I'm going to pull in the little squiggly line because it coordinates with the lines that's in the image that I stamped there on the tag. So I thought that that would look really cute. But instead I grabbed the stars just for something a little bit different. And so it's not so matchy. And that's being laid down in Night of Navy ink. So all I'm going to do pretty much from here on out is put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that ornament, and then I'm going to adhere it to the tag over there on the left, grab one of those little Poppy Parade safety pin doodads, and then hook it to the top of the stocking. Now our first card, basic measurements, A2 card base top folding, the mat is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So and this was just die cut out. For our third card, that is going to be a fan fold. And this time around, just in case you want to do it while I'm doing this video, I'm going to read out the measurements to you, but they will also be over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com with a direct link to, the blog post from this video. But you could see the different size tags we have there that I was too busy talking over. So here's our fan fold, and it is called like a 3-panel pop out, pop up, or pop out card, and it stands on its own beautifully. So I have everything already pre-cut, and for the card base, you want it to be 5.5 down and then 8.5 across, and that's what my Poppy Parade base is. And then I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I guess we're going to do some scoring together. Okay, so you want to pop that in, and I have this on normal speed right now, so it's just going to be slow. And you want to score it at, okay, really simple, 1 7/8, then you go to 3, 5.5, and then 6 5/8. Just 4 score lines, and it's that simple. Now, I know that 7/8 and things like 5/8 kind of freak, people out a little bit. But go over to the blog and type in ruler in the search bar. And I have a ruler there that I use, and it's very, very detailed. There's like 3 of them, and it comes up in like one JPEG. And like I said, it's really detailed, and it'll break everything down for you perfectly. Now, I don't blow it here, but I like to put my panels on before I do the folding. I see it better that way. And I know that's really bizarre or odd, but I just see better that way. So instead of putting my panels on, I went ahead and folded that. And then I'm going to struggle a little bit to get everything all lined up perfectly. And hopefully I can fudge my way through that. But, and you see how I fold it. You have the pop out, and then you got the peaks and the valleys. So for our side mat, both of them are going to be, you want to cut 2, 1 3/4 by 5 3/8 for the white cardstock. And then for the designer series paper, I just brought in Flirty Flamingo from our Brights 6x6 designer series paper and pop that on top. And 2 of those pieces, they are each going to measure 1.5 by 5 1/4. And I got them down with liquid adhesive. And I don't like doing like glue upon glue upon glue upon layers, because it kind of gets a little bit wonky if you use too much glue. So it looks like I throw a lot on there, but I really don't. So I went ahead and grabbed my seal adhesive and then laid down the panels that way. Now when you flip it over on the back, that would be a good place to write something too if you wanted to. Just put down some cardstock there and you're going to be fine. Now that middle mat, that is Flirty Flamingo. And that's going to measure 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then the image panel that I'm stamping right now, that's going to be 2 by 5. And I took the little star ornament or, stamp from our kit there, stamped it off 2 and 3 times just to fill up that background a little bit because it was getting too white starky. And at that point in time, I'd only planned on putting 1 ornament on that panel there, but it was just like too blank, and it reminded me of the tag where it's too blank at the bottom. So I went ahead and grabbed another ornament. They're the exact same ornament. I put the little lines there, and then now that I added that second ornament, I really wish I'd kept the sentiment down a little bit more, but it did work out. But, lay everything out before you get it all adhered down or stamped out. So sentiment went down in Poppy Parade ink. As I'm getting this card together, I picked up
because I did go
There
into
is this
detail
one.
about it. And, you can follow
It
along.
looks like it's more for scrapbookers, but
Okay,
there
this
is
is
die
Friday.
cuts in it.
Video's coming
But
out
it could
tomorrow.
be either or.
Yesterday on
And it's called
Thursday,
For the Books.
I got my
And
box full of.
it's just the cutest thing ever.
I mean, I can't believe it's
You know,
already gonna
lots
be
of books in there.
2025.
And if you
Of
have
Celebration
Bird's Eye View
and spring catalog
with
items,
Al, and there's
I
books
did
in
not
that too, get that much
that would go
because
fantastic
I
with
wanted
that,
to
and that was the first thing I thought.
go back
and
into
why I picked this
the
one
annual
up.
catalog a little bit because I
Because
feel like I
that
have a
is
lot of
one
things left
stamp set
over
that I really haven't played with too much
really
at all.
used a lot.
Then
So I'm going to be doing that. But what I did get was
it's
a
like you
lot
can
of
never have enough
products
birthdays.
that
So I got a
coordinated with
birthday
things in the
celebration,
annual catalog.
a
And
great banner.
you're going to love the
large,
spring catalog when
large,
you see
large
it.
sentiments.
And there's like
die cuts. I
13
haven't even put all this
celebration
together
items,
yet, so
which
I'm
is huge that you
winging
can
it,
pick
looking
from.
at it.
So I picked
then
up
I got
5
like a little-
ephemera packs. And
what is this? Oh, it's from Celebration.
One's
a little
like
Valentine's
birthdays-
Day set, just with a heart.
some good
And that one does
scrapbooking
come with
stamp
die
sets
cuts
too because
too,
I
that you
really
can put
love
that.
the
Now
larger
my
fonts,
favorite,
and the big
absolute
sentiments.
favorite
Out of
this kind of watercolor
this
is
is
really nice, and
monster
I love
sweet.
it.
2
and
stamp
then
sets.
as usual for
2
spring,
packs
lots
of
of
designer
florals,
series paper,
and then we have
embellishments
some spring
galore,
tags, everything.
There's a
Valentine's Day
It's called
ephemera
Storybook
pack, Friends,
and then pretty much just like a greetings for all. I mean, it even says Merry Christmas in it. So
and
that
one of the
one's
stamp sets
can be
it's
year-round.
all about, like Storybook Garden Patch.
Back
It's
to the
all
card
about
here.
gardens.
I
You have
put the
baskets, a
toppers
lot of veggies,
or the ornament
a
toppers
watering
on top,
can,
liquid adhesive, and then now I'm just going to grab
potters,
the Night
or-
of Navy ink,
yeah,
and then
potters,
stamp that
pots.
little line through
Now
our ornament there.
this goes beautifully and same scale,
And then
as
some
to
gold
Market
trim,
with
and
those
then
great
thread it
die
through.
cuts and designer
And how
series
I like
paper
to
and
do
that
it
basket in there.
Is fold it in half,
And then
the
the other
loopy
one,
end. I might have to stop now
my
because
battery
I
died.
think
That's
I'm
what
running out of
happened
time.
there.
No, I have like a minute and a half or 2
So I'm going to
minutes.
show you what
and
I
the
was
other
talking
one
about
has
right now.
all these little
You
story
want to put the
friends,
loopy in through, and then
these little
characters
through the hole. They both
and they
have
come
fantastic
back
line
up,
art.
and you get that
but
nice
this one, there's
little
bunnies and there's squirrels,
kind of decorative
and there's
touch,
just like
this
at
little
the top
pebble
there.
path, like I'm
and a
showing you
carrot
now.
patch. Great sentiments. It can cover pretty much anything: baby spring, Easter, friendship, thank you, whatever you want it to. And there is this fantastic, and you're going to love this, plaid huge pack of designer series paper. It's 6x6 with some fantastic colors in there, and a lot of them look like retiring in colors, so definitely want to use all that up. And I think I'm done with my card. I have another. Okay, I'm showing you what I did here today. And okay, there is our stocking. And if I narrate this, I'm pretty much just going to repeat myself. But I do want to grab the other coordinating designer series paper. And this is so whimsical, vintagey. And that Storybook Moments, that's a 12 by 12. And you're absolutely going to love this. We've been doing a lot of vintage whimsy, but this is just the colors. It's great, and you're going to love it. And you'll be able to pick that up the beginning of the year. And here I was talking about different ways, to embellish the inside of the geometrics there on those bulbs. And I picked up some other, I'm rambling, some other designer series paper that would go with what I do have in stock. So that is the kit that you will win. The dies were previewed before this. And I do want to thank you again for joining me today and dealing with the rambling. My brain was so scattered. And I will see you again next week and maybe even Sunday for a quick run through on Facebook of what I picked up.